Well, Denver, it's all system go for the 8th National ICT Summit. I think Namibia is excited to host yet another summit. Of course, this is one of our biggest events on the ICT calendar in the country. All arrangements have been made. We are prepared and ready to welcome delegates, our esteemed sponsors, stakeholders, speakers, really just to discuss bread and butter issues within the ICT sector.
All right. Now, we know that the event has been growing annually, but what challenges have you been encountering, and how have they been resolved?
Well, I won't say currently we do have challenges. I think it's more logistical challenges, one would say, like any other event. However, we have always planned ahead to mitigate all these challenges to really cater to, for instance, for our exhibitors to ensure that they have all the space, all the equipment that they need to just ensure that they can showcase their innovation, they can showcase their products and services that they have to offer. And that's why we really plan ahead so that we really have a smooth and we sail through the summit for the next 3 days.
All right. Could you maybe then elaborate just on the exhibition and the networking space? How will you make sure that the event facilitates meaningful interaction among the participants?
So the National ICT Summit is basically a platform where we bring together industry players, industry leaders, policymakers, innovators, young people, really to come and network, to come and engage. The government also to come and engage the industry leaders in terms of the trends, for instance, in terms of the challenges that we are faced with. So, of course, the exhibition will also form as that one of those aspects in terms of where really the public who will be attending the summit can go and engage these companies, these ICT companies, on maybe if there is a challenge in the country. Let's say, for instance, we need to improve our health sector. How do we use ICT to improve our health sector? So this is a platform where we come up with robust around how ICT can play a role in the ICT sector, how ICT can also mitigate drought, for instance, or at least alert us in advance so that as a country we are well prepared to manage drought disasters or any other disaster that might occur in the future or so. So really this is a networking platform, a platform for everybody to really have influential conversations and even influence policies. Just similarly like last year, we had to come up with, the summit was based on cybersecurity. So today we are now working on data protection bill, we are working on a cybercrime bill. These are all influence that come up from the summit. So we come up with laws that speak to the current trends of the ICT space.
Okay. You mentioned data protection, and this is a very fast developing sector and also very broad benefiting. Are there any main highlights that you're particularly excited about that attendees should be looking forward to?
Yes. So this year our theme is really centered on artificial intelligence, digital transformation. Of course, one of our first speakers at the summit today, after the official opening, will be based on the national digital strategy. So what we are trying to do is that we want to digitalize the services that we have to offer, be it in the public sector, be it in the private sector. When you look at government, for instance, we are rolling out what we call the digital ID from Home Affairs, for instance, which was approved by Cabinet. Also, Home Affairs is really doing quite very well in the digitalization space because today you can even apply for a passport online. So these are the things that we want to see so that our people do not have to travel long distances just to access the basic services, while they can use their mobile phones, their laptops, just to, enjoy and appreciate the services that public and private institutions have to offer. So this is what we are trying to do. So we anticipate to launch the national digital strategy very soon. Of course, AI is here. Denver, we cannot run away from AI. It's here, and it's here to stay. It's now for us to see how we can work with AI, how we can have conversations around the ethical use of AI as well. Because for yourselves in the newsroom, you would always have arguments in terms of whether it's ethical to use AI to develop your story, You know,
Right.
you don't want to lose the human element. So we need to have honest and robust conversations around how we can use AI ethically, and also debunk the perception that it's here to take away our jobs. But it's not the fact. It's here to really make our lives more easier, but we just need to use it the correct way.
All right. Now, Shoki, they say if you can measure it, then you can manage it. So, at the end of the day, how does the ministry plan to evaluate just how prepared, how overall successful the summit was once it is concluded? What are you looking for as far as checkpoints?
No, definitely number one, we want, because one of the days, the third day of the summit, which is the last day, Wednesday, is dedicated to young people. So they have been doing a hackathon online. So we want to see what innovation they're going to bring forward, which will be presented, and they will be awarded with different prizes, which will be communicating also. This is one way of seeing how young people can also be mentored and assisted in terms of their innovation. What we have also done as a ministry, we have been very transparent and accountable in terms of all the activities we do around the summit. We have updated last year's report, which really highlighted what were the successes, what were some of our low points that we could have approved, which is currently live on the summit's website. That's www.ictsummit.gov.na. That's where you can get a report of how we track our progress in terms of what we anticipate to achieve at the end of the day, and also what we need to improve as a country in terms of the ICT sector.
All right. I guess then just for a bit of a final thought, what do you hope would be the biggest takeaway for participants at this year's summit? And maybe if you can invite from the general public, who would you like to see there?
No, definitely. Of course, the conversations about cybersecurity are not still ended. We are going to launch the cybersecurity, a dedicated cybersecurity website, really where people can really report cybersecurity issues, how they can also get educated on how to protect themselves when they are online. So we are really looking forward to digital innovators also. We really invite them to come and appreciate what Namibia is doing, where we stand, and also really have conversations and see which companies are really using AI, because it's not only, let's say, for instance, the Ministry of Information that's using AI, but there are other sectors also, the health, like I said, education, agriculture. We want to also see what are they doing to appreciate or make use of tools like AI to improve their services and so forth. So we want to invite the public really that has an interest in ICT to see how they can get involved, how they can contribute to the development of ICT within our country. So we really urge the public to really come on board and visit us at MICT Hotel. We start officially from 8 o'clock. Registration starts at 7. So we really urge the public to come and appreciate what Namibia and how ready we are. By the way, we were ranked 9 out of 54 countries in Africa in terms of our preparedness to use AI. So that already is an achievement for us, and it's also aligned to our theme for this year.
All right. Well, on that positive note, Shoki, thank you so much for joining us this morning, and all the best with what's coming up in just a few minutes, the 8th ICT Summit.
Indeed. Thank you so much, Denver, and we look forward to seeing the public at the summit.